Welcome to Unfiltered Friendship. Each and every week, we're bringing you uncontrollable laughter, rants, and figuring out what the fuck we're doing with our lives. There is explicit content, so if you don't like it, don't fucking listen. I am George, and I am here on my own this week. Lucky people. So, for this week's first ever solo episode, I'm actually really excited. I asked for some on socials, some questions that people want to ask me, some burning questions, and I got 21 of them. So we're just gonna jump straight into it. First question: how would your family and friends describe you? I don't know this question, so I had to ask, and I got easygoing, crazy fucking bitch that just comes up with the randomest shit, sleep deprived, and absolute nutbag. So that's fucking brilliant. Oh, I am here with a broken finger as well. Still broken finger. I broke it in work in the chiller. I got it caught in a box. It is literally the hardest possible way to break a finger, and yet I done it. Obviously, I just ran to the frozen aisle and stuck my hand in the peas. So that's I'm loving life right now. It's my middle finger as well, so fitting. Anyway, next question. What do you think your mission in life is? I don't know, to be honest with you. So if you asked me this time last year, I would have been, my mission is just to spread positivity and good vibes everywhere. Hang on, my mum is shouting something. Oh, I think she's on the phone. It's fine. Anyway, so yeah, it would have been like spreading positivity everywhere and making people happy, and that is it. Whereas now, because I've grown a lot since last year, I don't know. I think possibly it's still the same in some aspects, but I think it's more so that spreading awareness that not being okay is okay. Wait, is she on the phone or is she chatting to me? I don't actually know anymore. I really don't fucking know. She confuses the fuck out of me, that woman. Anyway, so yeah, I think that spreading awareness that not being okay is perfectly normal, because I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. I'm not okay recently, and I haven't been for a while, and even some people in work have noticed it as well, that I haven't been okay for a while, and I'm getting stressed out at like the littlest things. So, oh my god, she needs to be quiet. This is my mum's issue is when when you're like on FaceTime to someone and like you can just talk normally like to someone, because like your speaker on your phone is like literally right next to your face. She doesn't understand that concept, so she will just shout, like she'll just like talk really loudly down the phone. And I'm like, Mum, please, you don't need to. I don't think she's understood the concept. Bless her, she's not very tech savvy, I don't think. Well, it's not that I don't think, I know she's not very tech savvy. She can't even really use a computer. Oh, I better stop talking about my mum like this. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not being okay for a while. People know this, and I think that making other people aware that going through all your different emotions that you are expected to go through in life is completely normal and is valid, and every emotion that you have is valid. And I think that going through the ups and downs with people around you is very valuable, and I think a lot of people can benefit from hearing from other people as well about that. So my mission in life currently It might change in the future, I don't know. But currently, it is to spread awareness that every emotion is valid and normal. So, number 3, what are you most excited about now? So, currently, I'm very excited about what the future holds with this podcast, because what everyone does not know, well, everyone involved knows, but everyone that does not know, there is so much going on behind the scenes to this podcast currently. And there are 2 major projects in the works at the moment. One, no one will know about until the end of this year. So the end of 2025, you will know about one huge project that we are all working on at the moment. I say we all. It's basically everyone that is involved in the podcast, like, has guested on the podcast or will be in the future. They're all involved in this. I have dragged them into this plan, and they don't really have a choice in the matter. I said to them, by the way, you're doing this? And they're like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Like, I'm very grateful for those people anyway. And there's another one which hopefully will be happening soon-ish. I don't know, but it might be soon. I did speak about this at the end of last year, but yeah, there's some things in the works, and we'll just see what happens. But I am very excited about all of it. Very excited. Number 4, if you had to write a book tomorrow, what would you write about? So a lot of people don't know, I've actually written 3.5 books, I want to say. I didn't finish one because I got like really bad, like, oh, it was weird to me. Like, yeah. So I have written books, unpublished obviously, but it all depends on what mood I'm in when I start to write it. Like, I have written 2 fantasies. Actually, let's make that 5, well, 4.5. So I've written 2 fantasies. One, I don't even know what the fuck happened there. It just happened. One that actually got quite big on Wattpad. I'm not going to tell anyone what it is, but if you know Station 19, this TV show Station 19, you would understand what that is about. Oh, that's embarrassing as fuck. And the half one, that the half one, it was sort of a, this is my side of the story sort of thing, but in a non-fictional way, if that makes any sense to anyone. If you were writing your autobiography, what would the title be? Fuck knows. Most probably something along the lines of, we're all fucked. Oh well. Something along those lines. I don't actually know. Oh. It would be something along the lines of, like, we're all fucked. You know what they say, it's all shits and gigs and stuff like that. It would be something along those lines. I don't know. Quite. I really don't know. If you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Pizza. I'm obsessed with pizza. Like, give me a large pizza any day of the week and I would happily sit there and eat the fucking lot. Like, happily. And it does depend on the topping. Very much so. I'm very fussy with my toppings. Like, if I've got an obsession with one certain pizza at the moment, and I'll have it just constantly. Like, if I could, like, I would have it like every single day. But, like, yeah, I will have this one pizza because it's got like the best toppings on this one pizza, so then I don't have to go and like add or take off. Do you know what I mean? So that, yeah, pizza, fucking pizza. Like, are you kidding me? What is your most embarrassing memory from your childhood? Oh, okay. I am gonna take you back to 2013. This is the most horrific, embarrassing story I could possibly ever have for my childhood. So, 2013, I think I was 15. I was literally just about to turn 16. And we went to Florida. Now, we, as in my parents, myself, and my sister, and then our family friends, which we went on holiday with every single year with, and which is the two parents and the two kids. Now, us kids, we were all around the same age, so it was quite easy for us to sort of just like know what we all were like at our ages, because we were pretty much all the same. And obviously I was the youngest, obviously. I'm always the fucking youngest. So we all went to Florida, and I can't remember a lot of it, which is explainable. And we went to Disney World's water park. One of them, I can't remember which one it was, but we went to one of the water parks from Disney World, and the whole swimming pool, obviously it's all outdoor, but the whole swimming pool was a wave pool. Like, you couldn't get fucking away from it. I think there was like one lazy river around the corner, but you couldn't, if you wanted to get in the pool, you had to get in the wave pool. There was no way out of it. So me, my sister, and the boy who was the eldest out of the four of us kids, we went into the wave pool. Fuck knows where the other one went, but we went into the wave pool, and because I love a good wave pool, and one wave came over, everything was fine, decided to go in a little bit further. Another wave came over and pushed us all back to like the end of the pool, and we've stood up. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm telling you this story. Fucking Jesus Christ. We've all stood up, and I'm thinking I'm all like really cool. I'm wearing this one-piece swimming costume that made me look like a sailor. Don't ask me why. I was 15 at the time, and I thought I looked like the dog's fucking bollocks. So we've all stood up in this pool after this wave's come over and pushed us back a little bit. And all I see is the boy look at me, and he's like, oh, and I'm like, I don't understand what's happening. My sister hasn't even clocked on to what's just happened. I've then looked down, and I can see my mosquito bite tits just out of the costume. The top of it had come down, and it was the most embarrassing thing. I was there and I was just like, I don't know what to do. And it took me a while to then actually get back into reality of, I need to cover myself up. I am like half naked in front of a pool full of people, tiny children, elderly people, and I'm there with my tits out. It was not a pretty sight. Honestly, it was not a pretty sight. And I wasn't like the skinniest of people either. So yeah, it was not. It was, I can't believe. That is my most embarrassing story of all time. I don't think one has ever topped it. Like I said, I can't remember a lot from my childhood, but that is the thing that sticks out the most of everything. So, happy fucking days. If you won £10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on? I think what I would do is I'll buy myself my dream car and buy myself a house, and then I think I would squirrel away some money into my nieces and my nephews, like a sort of like a trust fund sort of thing, but that they can access when they're 18. I think that's what I would do. But I won't spend it all. I'm definitely not spend it all. Yeah, like I said, I'll get a house, get a car, and spend some money into my nieces and my nephew's account. So when they're 18, they'll be set really for a little while. Well, if they look after it, they'll be set for life. But who fucking knows? Why are you so passionate about podcasting? So my thing is, oh shit, I'm dropping things. What the fuck is that? Is that glass? Where the fuck did glass come from? There's no glass around me. What the hell? Oh, there's glass going at people. I don't know what the fuck's happening. It's just glass that's just turned up. I honestly don't have any glass around me. And yet I've just picked up a piece of glass. Huh. Oh well. So, why am I so passionate about podcasting? So basically, my thing is, like everyone knows, I listen to podcasts as it is anyway. Like I'm a big fan of podcasts because I can literally just chuck them in my ear. It depends what mood I'm in. I can either listen to a podcast that will make me howl with laughter, or I can listen to my true crime podcast that can make me like proper get in the zone. So my thing is, yes, you've got the comedic podcast, you've got the serious like podcasts that talk about like finance and all that fucking bollock government shit, and then you've got like the true crime side of things. There is podcasts about friendships, but there is none like mine, like this podcast. There is no podcast like this that you can explore your different types of friendships in. Like, for instance, you've got, like with me, I get all my different friends on and we talk about shit, and sometimes it doesn't make sense at all and sometimes it's weird, but that's all part of life. So you can get those friendships that are like how I am with Mason and Bailey, for instance. Like, I can be my complete and utter twattish self around Mason and Bailey, and it's all great and fucking brilliant. And like you got those people that you can feel very comfortable with. And then let's say, for instance, how I am around Dan. So with me and Dan, we're very much, is serious when we're together. It's quite serious, and we are each other's therapists, not even in an intentional way. We will just help each other out of certain situations and try and guide and advise each other on how to move forward with certain things. But then I've got other friends that I've got to be very conservative with. Like, I cannot fully be myself because they're such a big personality in themselves that I'm like, yeah, you do your thing, babe, and I'll stay here and I'll keep myself cool, calm, collected, let you do your thing, and I'm here to pick up the pieces. So you got those friendships, and there's so many different sides of friendships that you can come across and that you can talk about and explore and witness. So I know so many people that are like, but how do you do it? How do you be different versions of yourself around different people? And it's just how it happened. Like with the boys, yes, okay, I can literally sit down with the boys and I can just cry for an hour. And I know that at the end of it, Bailey will have a sarcastic comment to say. Mason will try not to laugh and then just burst out laughing. And then they make me feel better about the situation, whatever it may be. And say with Dan, I cannot be that way. I have to put on my strong sort of exterior. And it's quite difficult because sometimes I can't be fucked. And it's like, I think throughout this podcast and journey that I'm taking everyone on, it is exploring the different sides of yourself within different friendships and literally within yourself that you can show throughout different friendships. And the most awkward thing is when everyone gets together and then you're like, okay, so who am I today? But that's the way of being like, okay, I can be myself. And if they don't like it, they can fuck off. Like, but that's the side of podcasting that a lot of people don't see, is that you can be different with different people. And it's just who you feel comfortable of being that person around, I think. And it's quite important to be able to show that. Anyway, on to the next one. Did you like school? Fuck no, I fucking hated school. Could not stand school at all. Any part of it, any single year, hated it. Who has been the most critical person in your life? That can go either way, to be honest. So you can have critical people, as in who can show you the good side, guide you into like the good things in life, or you got the critical person that can show you what not to do and sort of lead, like, don't lead by their example, sort of thing. And I think there's two that comes to mind. And because I've currently not got someone that's very critical in my life. I haven't. Just being honest, I haven't got anyone that is like, yeah, you're like the most important person in my life, because no one is currently, unfortunately. But the most critical person that's been in my life, like I said, there's a toss between two. So you've got my ex, who was abusive and made me realize who I am and who I'm supposed to be and where I'm supposed to go in life. And then my music teacher in school, she made me realize that you can't trust anyone. You cannot even trust your own teachers in school to have your back, because like mine did, get me expelled for no reason of my own. So I think, yeah, that the most critical people are those two, because they made me realize that me being me is the most I can ever ask for. Like, I need to be myself to be able to grow and to be able to be the person that I'm supposed to be. So, yeah, most critical. Where the fucking Jesus? Let's not fuck Jesus, people. Right, what do people misunderstand about you the most? I think it's my personality and my intentions, if that makes any sense. So, let's say, for instance, currently, I'm in a situation currently where my intentions and my personality have been misconstrued. So, like, if people I've listened from like back in the day when I was talking about how I don't like people hugging me. Like, I need to hug you first. And that is sort of, it plays a part into this. So basically, when I first meet someone, you will know instantly if I like you or not, because of how I act. I'm not very good with new people, granted, but if I have a conversation with you, once I have that conversation with you, I'm very quick to know if I would like you or not. And if I like you after that first conversation, possibly the second or even the third, if I come up and hug you, that is your sort of sign of being like, okay, we're good to go. You can literally just come up and hug me any point in time. And like, I won't care unless I'm in a really shit mood, and then you can fuck off. But at the moment, like, that's how I portray that I'm your friend. So through like the physical touch, sort of, that's sort of like my oh, what's it fucking called? Like your affection sort of signs. Like mine's physical touch, because like that's my way of like expressing myself. If I like you, if like I'm your friend or whatever, I'll just come up and hug you. Like Emily fucking hates it. Like I'll just go up to her and hug her, and she fucking hates it, but I do it anyway because she knows that's my term of endearment. Like that's how I express. So currently I'm in a situation where I met someone last year, and I didn't act like, no, not last year, year before. Oh my God, I keep forgetting we're in 2025 now. So 2023, I met someone and I was like, oh, you're a cool person. So then end of last year, they popped back up in my life, and I was sort of like, oh, I've missed having you in my life. Not even in terms of we were friends. It was just sort of like a passing thing when we first met. And then I became friends with this person. And so I went up and started hugging this person whenever I seen her. And it was great. And we became friends. We were chatting. We were having banter. It was great. And then I didn't realise the situation that she was in at the time. And I got a warning from someone else, from a mutual friend, saying like, mate, this is looking like borderline harassment. I'm like, how? And they say, look, she's like, she doesn't see you in that way. I'm like, what way is everyone thinking? Because this is friendship to me. And they're like, no, it doesn't look like it. I'm like, I don't fucking understand. Anyway, that's what I mean by my intentions are misunderstood. And so is my personality, because I'm very, like, I'm a huggy person if I know you and if I like you. And if someone doesn't tell me that, like, it's coming across weird, I just carry on because I don't see it that way. Because that's just who I am. Because my intentions are just pure when it comes to it. So, anyway, yeah. What star sign are you? I am a Virgo. The best earth sign there is. Sorry, Taurus and Capricorn. I am the best star sign. Virgo is the best earth sign. Can you tell us something about yourself that most people don't know? Oh, interesting. There is... Oh, this is weird, man. This is fucking weird. So... Oh, this is going to sound really strange now. So... when I was younger, I used to watch this TV show called Ice Cold Killers. I don't know if it's still on the TV. I have no clue. It's about, like, killers in Alaska and shit. And... Well, this is going to sound very strange. Ever since I watched this one specific episode, don't ask me what it's about, have no fucking clue. I just remember this one detail, and it was like, the police found out who the killer was because of how he tied shoelaces. So I didn't know that the direction that the knot in your shoelace, the direction that goes is your dominant hand. So say you tie your shoelaces, and say if you do it in a bow, right, and the bow goes towards your right, the right side of the shoe, means you're right-handed. If it goes towards the left side of your shoe, you're left-handed. Ever since that, I don't know why, but I've got an obsession with having to have my shoelaces tied bang in the middle. I cannot have it going either which way. I can't have it. I have to have it in the middle. And I don't know why. It's not even like that's how they identified a killer, for fuck's sake. But obviously that's not going to happen with me. So I don't know why it's just engraved in my head that I have to have my shoelaces in the middle of my, like, the knot in the middle of my shoelace. I don't know why. It's just become like an obsession with me. It's weird, right? Oh, what are your most important lessons you've learned in life? So far, you can't trust anyone unless they've earned your trust over time. A lot of time. Like a lot of fucking time. Yeah, you can't trust people with anything really unless they've earned that trust. What is your morning or bedtime routine? Mine's different. Mine's probably going to be different to everyone. So obviously because I work nights, I go to bed when everyone's getting up. So my bedtime routine is people's mornings routine. It's very strange. So my getting up routine and my going to bed routine, I don't really have one. So when I get up, I literally get up and have a coffee, because you cannot fucking talk to me without coffee. Unless I've got that coffee in my hand, fuck off. Don't even think about it. So I'll get up and have a coffee. I cannot stomach breakfast. I've never been able to, as long as I can remember. I've never been able to stomach it. So, oh yeah, I'll have a coffee. I'll probably watch something on my laptop, like a TV show that I'm trying to catch up on, or a new show that I'm binging. Like, that's normally what I do when I get up. And then whack on some moisturiser and get ready for work. That is literally what I do. And then going to bed, sometimes I get food on my way home from work, but sometimes I just can't be fucked and I'm too tired. I just want to go to sleep. So I'll literally get home, get ready for bed and just go to bed. I don't have routines. Like, apart from when I get up, I have that routine of coffee and watch something on my laptop. That's it. That's sort of my only routine. I guess actually my routine of, like, when I come home from work is a routine. So I'm either I eat something and watch something on my laptop, or I just watch something on my laptop and fall asleep. Yeah. That's sort of I don't have any like cleansing routines or anything like that. I'm not really that type of person. Don't get me wrong, like I look after my skin, like I've been brought up to, but I don't really have like a strict regime. That's the word I'm thinking of, regime. Don't really have one. If you were to die tomorrow, what would you do with the time you have left? Oh, okay. I think I would go and tell someone how I actually feel about them, because I'm too chicken to, currently. I will tell my parents I love them, tell my nieces and my nephew that I love them, and go grab all my mates, shove them in my car, pile them in there, go on one last drive, scream to the top of the roof, like top of the rooftops, like every single lyric. Bearing in mind, I'm thinking like I've got 24 hours. I'm not just thinking like until midnight. So I'm thinking 24 hours. So, yeah, grab on my mate, chuck him in the car, go for a drive, one last drive. And then, I don't know. I want to go to Bora Bora, but that's probably not going to happen within the last 24 hours of my life, because I've got no money to my fucking name. So I'm then thinking, I come home, watch my favourite movie, and just slip away peacefully with all my blankets around me. All my 20 blankets. I'm joking, I have 4 blankets. Never enough blankets. We know you're currently single. Thank you for pointing that out and reminding me. I didn't need the reminder. So thank you for that. But have you got your eye on someone, or what would you look for in someone? Tricky question. So, I do have my eye on someone, but I need to phase it out, because I found out that she is now seeing someone, freshly seeing someone. But she is seeing someone, and I got told that I took too long in talking to her. So, well, not even talking to her as in, like, saying something and saying, like, and asking her out sort of thing. I got told I took too long. So she's moved on, which is absolutely fine. Like, as long as she's happy, that's all I really care about, to be honest. But yeah, so I need to phase that one out, which I'm currently doing, which is great because I can avoid, thankfully. What I would look for in someone, I think loyalty is just one major thing for me, because I've been cheated on so much in the past, like a ridiculous amount. So I think loyalty is just one major thing for me. And you need to just be a nice, kind, warm-hearted person towards, like, me and others as well. Like, especially my friends. Like, if you're not a nice person to them, then fuck off. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I think someone with a good sense of humor that can keep up with me and the crazy, and knows what they want out of life, as in knows if they want a career, if they've got a career, what, like, how do you want to progress in that career, or like, are you happy with what you're doing now if you haven't got a career? Do you want, like, this out of life? Do you want that? Do you know what I mean? Like, knows exactly what they want. Like, if I ask them on the spot, like, they will come up with an answer because they know exactly what they want. Someone like that. And it's just like that knows how to make me happy, like, sort of knows me and is willing to make the effort to know me and to understand me without having the misunderstanding of my personality and shit. If you could go back to your 18-year-old self, what piece of advice would you give? Just be yourself. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to hide from. Be who you are, because that's the only version of yourself you should ever intend to be. Wow, that was a bit deep. Fucking hell. How do you balance work life? Quite simple, really. I leave work, and I leave work at work. I don't bring my work life outside of work. I think this is the first job I've ever done that. So I never, ever bring work outside of work, because, well, one, there's nothing really to report outside of work. Like, I don't really see people from work anyway, unless I don't actually see anyone from work unless it's in work, and that's only 4 nights a week, so that's fine by me. But when I'm not in work, I'm quite grateful, actually, that I am able to do that, because, like, now me and Mason have a little routine every Tuesday. Because I don't work Tuesday nights, so I will go and pick Mason up from work when he finishes work on a Tuesday night. I'll go pick him up. We can have a chinwag and little things on the way back to me dropping him off at home. And that's sort of like a really nice thing that we've now managed to get into a routine of doing. And apart from last week, he left work early and didn't tell me, the fucking bastard. So, and then whenever, like, me, like, Bailey, Mason and myself are all free, we will go out. Like the other day, we went to Glastonbury for shits and gigs just to have a look at some shops, because I wanted some more crystals and some more shit. So we went to Glastonbury. We were like, fuck it, let's go to Glastonbury. So we did. And it was really, really good. And we had a laugh and everything. And granted, it was an hour drive, and I was like, I'm bored. Are we there? Yeah, I'm driving. Bearing in mind, I am driving. And I'm like, are we there? Yeah. And Mason's like, George, we have like 20 minutes. I'm like, for fuck's sake. But yeah, when me and the boys are all free, when we've all got like a day off together, which is very, very rare, we will all make sure we see each other. Or even if I'm off one night and they're both off that night as well, Like, I'll see him for a couple of hours. We might go out for a couple of hours, but then majority of the time, like, they've got to get back early because they both got work in the morning or something like that. So it's good. And like I see other friends whenever I can, but it's like, because I've got a lot to do currently. Like, I'm currently doing a lot of things. Like, even mum said to me earlier, like, you've got a lot going on in your brain, like, you can't switch off. Like, I haven't actually slept since I think I woke up at 5 p.m. yesterday, and I haven't slept since because my brain just won't shut up. And that's just like how it is. Like, I think leave work at work and make sure you live your life completely. You see the people that you want to see and you talk to the people that you want to talk to whenever you're not at work, because then you have that separation, you have that freedom from each other. Sort of like, when I go into work, I forget everything about my life apart from shit that's happening in work at the moment. And then when I leave work, I forget everything that happens in work and I focus on my life outside. So that's sort of how I do it. Separate each other. Separate each part from each other, because it's the best thing that you could possibly do. Last question. Question number 21. What does your future hold? I don't know. I really don't know. So currently like I said, I've got these plans going on for the year, but I don't know where that could go. I don't know what's in store for me now. I really don't know. Like, since starting this, I've had these thoughts and these things of, I can do this, but obviously they haven't worked out because my old co-host left. But now I've got different ways of doing that thing. So I'm working on that. I'm working on how I can work myself around everything and work differently in that sense. But my future, I don't know. We're all just going to have to wait and see and just come along on the ride with me, sort of thing. But yeah. So that was the last question. Thank you to everyone that actually sent in your questions. I'm really, really grateful, because I was a bit stuck, to be honest, for this week. I thought I'd give the boys a break. And next week we have Shannon on. My gay mate Shannon. Not my sister, my gay mate. And it's going to be a really good episode. I hope it's going to be really good. I'm going to grill her a little bit, because I don't actually know a lot about her life. I do know a lot about her life, but I don't know, like, in depth, because we'd never really had that conversation. So I'm gonna grill Shannon a little bit next week. So come back for that. Like I said, like, thank you to everyone that sent in any messages. If you would like to send in any questions that you've got for me, or anything you want to ask anyone that I have on the podcast, please email unfilteredfriendship@gmail.com, or you can WhatsApp me on 0759 111 5523. If I'm not in your fucking contacts, well, like, what the fuck is happening? Like, that email and that phone number should be in your contacts right now. Do it. Like, right now. Right fucking now. Thank you. And rate 5 stars. I know people in work are like, oh yeah, we already have. And I'm like, oh, brilliant. Thank you so much. And I know some other people that are like, oh, we rate you 5 stars. Thank you so much. Please tell everyone you fucking know about this podcast. Spread the word about this very unconventional, unscripted, very strange, could go either way podcast. And yeah, so please tell people about this podcast, and follow on Instagram and TikTok, Unfiltered Friendship, the podcast. Please, if you would, I would really appreciate it. And plus, don't forget, if you want me to mention if you've got any true crime things, stories that you want me to talk about, I've got such a huge demand from doing last week's episode, so thank you for the feedback that everyone's been giving. If I am doing it once a month, so the true crime episode, that is. So if you have any stories that you want me to cover or look into, research, whatever, please let me know. Like I said, email unfilteredfriendshipthepodcast@gmail.com or WhatsApp on 0759 111 5523. Please come back next week for the gay, oh shit, nearly broke my laptop, the gayest of gay episodes with Shan. I cannot wait. Please come back. I love you all so much. Thank you very much. See you next week.